Hello, 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 wonderful people of the interweb. Something happened today. I should give context on this. I watch this with my girlfriend a lot. Uh, they are Mystery Files. The Watcher is the brand, and you probably know about a bunch of shit that they've been going through lately, where they put up a $6 paywall recently. And I just kind of wanted to say my thoughts on it, because of course, YouTube views, and this is a trending topic, so I watch them on occasion. We missed their last two or three episodes, and I actually do like them a lot. I've watched them for how many years now with you? Like one, two?
Probably two.
Okay, about 2 years. So they are friends to me. I view them as someone that I can come home to and watch, and I trust them and shit. So I believe like I'm one of the best people to like talk about this. Um, I don't accept their apology, but let me explain why and why I still watch them. I believe they might have fucked up. Um, when you think about their numbers, they do have enough numbers to go over. First off, let me just play the video. Let me play the video so I can go over
Hey
what I want
everyone,
to talk about.
last Friday we announced that we're leaving YouTube and launching our new streaming platform. We messed up. A lot of you spoke out with extremely valid comments and concerns, and we want to take the time now to address those.
We've been reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this, as well as the way we communicated it. We understand where you're coming from, and we're making immediate changes.
So right off the bat, great apology video. They actually apologize. They say sorry. They say they're gonna make some changes, which everybody should be able to like take in and like account for. That they actually do take responsibility for what they did.
First, we want to affirm that you are the reason why we've been able to do anything at this company. You helped us every step of the way when we left BuzzFeed to start Watcher at the top of the pandemic in 2020.
You've supported us in so many ways by watching our content, attending our live shows, buying our merch, becoming members of our Patreon, and giving words of encouragement over the years.
Now that's what I kind of want to bring up. That their Patreon can really just fund a lot of people monthly. Monthly, they have about 13,000 members. I don't remember the hard numbers, but more than 13,000 members, right? So let's just do 13,000 times 5. 65,000. That's enough to pay a whole company every month and still have money for you yourselves and pay for your episodes. So not taking in the live shows, not taking in what they make on the side, their Patreon alone, or their AdSense or the ads or YouTube money. I didn't even think about that. They are making bank just from Patreon. So yeah.
And we are incredibly grateful for your support.
We're sorry for how we originally delivered our goodbye message to YouTube.
It was poorly
It was
executed.
insensitive. We didn't properly express how much we appreciate all of you. And we did a really bad job of explaining the reasoning behind this transition.
We also want to deeply apologize for our ignorance around the impact of the cost. We regret stating and implying that it's a price that anybody can afford, and we fully acknowledge that it is not. We didn't take the proper consideration for how this cost would affect you, and hope you know that we are taking this as a serious learning experience. With that in mind, we're making some changes to ensure that there's a way for our community to continue watching our content for free.
If you want to watch our shows early and ad-free, you can catch them on the Watcher platform a month earlier. After that, you'll be able to watch our shows on YouTube for free. For those that
That's a great solution to a problem. Let's take away what was free before on the internet and put a paywall over it, and then a month or two later, then you can get that free content now. So this is horrible. One of the biggest rules of the internet, you never take away something that was free before. By taking away what was free before, you break that trust, you cut your audience down. You won't have that audience member or those audience members that were willing to put up the money in the first place if you just did it from the get-go. So if they wanted to do this, they should have done it from the very start with a paywall to show that they wanted to make these shows, but they like maybe do a premiere, then the next show is beyond the paywall, and that would be all for future seasons. But they waited till season 2 of Mystery Files to do this, which grants a big divide between the fans that would be willing to pay that on the spot and then those who would not be able to. Because there's gas, there's mortgages, there's rent, bills, utilities, everything that you can think of that people buy in their everyday life. So to just spring another $6 that they have to pay for content that they are already watching just makes it harder for them in the end.
have already subscribed to the platform, we are so grateful for your support. But if this change has you rethinking your membership, we will issue a full refund. And all past episodes and series will remain available on YouTube.
As for the question of why we decided to launch our own platform, when we started Watcher in 2020, we wanted to create shows that we were proud of, that we had ownership over, and that would provide you the caliber of content that we felt you deserved.
But you kind of do, as you built up your YouTube following and YouTube subscriber base on people with the Watcher that really just want to watch you guys and not BuzzFeed. So you broke off from the BuzzFeed, and you're now making radical movements with merchandisers and sponsor campaigns that are on almost all your videos. Moist Critical brought up how 12 out of your 20 videos were actually advertise friendly and had great monetization in the last 20 videos that you guys uploaded, which grants you a big number boost to your money that you make, meaning that you didn't really need to switch platforms to a third-party site that makes less money.
However, we were finding it harder and harder to stay relevant to advertisers in the constantly changing YouTube landscape.
And that's why I brought that up, as they're saying they're constantly changing with the YouTube landscape, but their sponsorships are not doing them any favors, which is actually not the point that I see. I see that almost all their videos is sponsored, and they actually have the best sponsor capabilities, meaning that anybody would be willing to watch them because of how versatile their content is, and not like just bad per se, or bad to watch, like you don't want to watch them. They're not cussing, they're not violent, they're not sexist, they're not racist. So they're the most merchandise friendly to sponsors that I can see on YouTube. So I don't see why they would have to switch to a third-party site, as that will just cut their audience down, making it harder for people to go to that third-party site that might have worse servers, as they are a independent site instead of YouTube having multiple servers.
We faced some incredibly challenging decisions. We didn't want to compromise our content to ensure they met advertising requirements, and we definitely did not want to lay people off that have brought Watcher to life behind the scenes.
Now, about them laying people off, again, let's look at the Patreon numbers. Just the Patreon itself, they're making 65K at least. So take away taxes, that's 10,000. Okay, at most 10,000. I don't think taxes are anywhere near that much. 55,000. Okay, let's go over that. Someone is paid $30 an hour. I don't know. $30 an hour, that's like 200, right, for that day. When you think about it, that's the Patreon itself can handle all the costing of their staffing. Say they have 30 people staffed, that 5K or 10K, maybe 20K most, is throughout the whole month. They still got 40K left over. That 40K can go to anybody who was making the show's production. Now they got 35K. 35K left over from a month of Patreon payments. Think about that. They have no reason to need to go through a third-party site. The only reason that I can possibly see them going to a third-party site would be that they want to actually not grow and to stay where they are or shrink, as that is exactly what's going to happen, as you can tell by the lack of subscribers that left them. I believe they were at almost 4 million subscribers. Or not 4 million, sorry, 3.2 million. I was going to add another like 300 or 200K subscribers because they lost almost that many.
And we didn't want to bring Watcher to a close, which would have happened if we stayed solely on YouTube.
That's why we decided to launch the platform, so that we as a company could continue, we could pay our staff fairly, and not only continue to make great content for you, but expand with new shows, new voices, all ad-free. And now with the addition of accessible options, this is a decision that we all believe is the best for Watcher.
However, we realized that in figuring out the logistics of what this might take, we overlooked the way it would impact all of you. We hope you'll be patient with us through these mistakes, and we remain incredibly sorry that they were made in the first place.
We also want to directly address our Patreon community, who have played such a key role in supporting us from the very beginning. All current Patreon members will receive a free subscription code to the platform. If you already purchased a subscription, please contact us and we will issue you a full refund.
We look forward to continuing to make shows and introducing all the incredible things that we've got planned for the platform alongside YouTube. And in the meantime, we are forever grateful to all of the people who make up our community, and we hope that you consider joining us in this next chapter of our journey, whether that's on YouTube or on the platform.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
So that was the video. Now, I have to go over the whole video to say my thoughts. They shouldn't have done this in the first place, and I think that's what they're seeing now with the update. They should have never announced the Watcher would be going to a third site. They should have just stayed on YouTube. But to stay on YouTube now would show their ass and to make it look even worse to the fans. And I believe they would lose even more of an audience by doing so. So now they have to strong arm it and eat whatever happens, but fix it as it goes. As they fixed it with how Patreons will now get a link to the membership, and the membership will be connected to Patreon members. And plus, the membership is only needed if you're not a Patreon member. That's the biggest change. I believe they did a great job with. The thing about how they're going to release everything on YouTube 3 weeks later, I don't quite agree on that, because that'll make it so the more the free users are craving the content, the more they got to wait. And then that's more or less likely they'll grow on YouTube. So I think that's not the best thing. I believe they should still have premieres on YouTube. Maybe like the premiere of each season can show up as soon as it's on Patreon, but maybe do a week later for videos that are free. 3 weeks is a bit too much, as that's still going to stamper their growth. But they have to do what they can. They're in the worst situation imaginable, with their fan base breaking out and those who have watched this video coming back. So there's a lot of people leaving and going at the moment. So we just have to kind of like sit back, relax, and just see, because like we don't know what's going to happen. So far though, it seems like the positivity for this video is great. There is still some hate. You can see some guys hating. But there is a lot less hate than when they initially announced this. So like I said, I think what they wanted to do was originally make their site in Season 1, but they were still hesitant on that, as they were just now breaking away from BuzzFeed. So breaking away from BuzzFeed had them kind of scared and worried. Now that they're more comfortable and confident, now they're trying to do it, but that's where they're messing up, as they should have done it from the beginning. As the #1 rule on the internet is you can't take away something that was once free. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys like the video, subscribe, all that good shit. Can't wait to see you on another video, something that we can talk about. And yeah, peace out.